Saan po kayo graduate?
Far Eastern University.
When did you graduate po?
Isipin ko, 2007 yata eh. I-graduated 1989. So coming from graduation, the usual 2 years apprenticeship. So I worked in a local firm, then eventually I took up the board exam and accepted a job abroad. But eventually during the 2 years, nag-local employment ako. So I work at the Dammam, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, for 2 years as an architect. Then eventually went back after 2 years. So I joined the academy. I taught at FEU. I taught at Philippine Women's University, and I taught at National University. Then I started my firm last year 2010 actually 2009.
2000.
So I established a firm that is SEC registered. So ibig sabihin, it is a corporation having a set of 7 board of directors, wherein as per the requirement of SEC, the majority stockholder should be an architect. So 75% of the shares should be handled by an architect. Yun yung dati. Pero ngayon, the requirement is when you say 75%, it no longer be contained to one architect only. The 75% should be at least, let's say the board of directors is 5. So dapat 4 ang architects, part of the incorporators of the firm. So the firm is actually a design and build. So it is meaning we do design and we also do the build services. But sometimes we do construction contracting, but oftentimes we do only the build services in terms of management. Kasi the SPP 207, if you're aware of SPP 207, aware ba kayo ron? The SPP, the Standards of Professional Practice 207, which is the design and build services. The thrust of that SPP is actually design, and you do management and construction through administration and guaranteed maximum cost. So yun yung ginagawa namin dito sa firm. And the firm embarks on doing projects, residential, commercial, we do fit-outs also, we do institutional. So projects that pose challenges to us. No? So yun mga yun. Well, iba kasi yung ibang, I believe in UST, it is more challenging, no? Kasi sa UST there is the quota, di ba? So, first year up to second year, you need to maintain GWA, di ba yun? Pag hindi mo na-maintain yun, tama ba? Second year?
Yes po.
Pag hindi mo na-maintain yun, punta ka ng FEU. Di ba ganun yun? O kaya Samson. Di ba? So, in our studies, no? It's actually not the same. So, nung nag-aaral ako, you just maintain your grades. And tapos challenges are actually, of course, yung mga subjects mo. And then part of the challenge is your attitude. Diba? The attitude towards your studies. You need to focus. Tapos yung pagpupuyat. So these are part of the challenges. So yun ang mga challenges. Kailangan matyaga, attitude towards your studies, attitude towards your all the chores that you need to satisfy, no, pertinent to your studies, mga plates, skisses, and everything. So you know. Kung nga alam bakit ako. Well, sabi nila, if you wanted to become an architect, no, the initial impression is dapat magaling ka mag-drawing. Di ba yan ang impression? Ganun ba ngayon? So there should be the skill, no? Pero nung high school kasi ako, marunong lang ako mag-drawing in relation to mga paintings. Pero wala akong idea na sa architecture pala, it's more of technical. So there is the skill, but you will be challenged technically sa architecture, no? So hindi lang kailangan drawing, there should be creativity and there should be passion as well, di ba? So dapat passionate ka sa iyong course and passionate ka in relation to when you become an architect. So that is the initial, no? Pero eventually the skill, yung skill, especially in drafting, na-enhance naman yun during your college years, di ba? But the creativity is, we are very much different, no? So each one of us is very much not the same in terms of our creativity and the manner we think in terms of solutions to project. So iba-iba yung ating thinking. Kaya nga, no same architect will have the same solution to a certain project. Each project is actually unique. Di ba? Professional, di ba? Actually, depends on how you perceive it, but the professional fee and the remuneration you receive is only a reward of your service. Kasi yung our trust is actually service. So when we do designs, when we do anything that is relevant to architecture and the trade, we call it as professional service, and then you will be rewarded by the fees, no, that will be generated from those project, no? So ano siya, it's basically the rewards is always on how you have been challenged in a certain project and how you accepted the challenge. Tapos yun nga, mare-reward ka na yung professional fee subject to how much you charge, no? But there is the standards based on our SPP also, UAP document 2010, no? Yung PR BOA document 2010, which is now what we use, no? Hindi na yung dati. Based on the architect's regular services 202, it is already defined the manner of compensation that we receive, di ba? So nakalagay doon, for residential we have 10%, office we have 12%, etc. So yun mga diba. Well, yung firm kasi namin is actually an ISO certified firm, no? So one of the requisites for being an ISO certified firm is there should be a system in place. So when you say system, you need to have a quality system and you need to have a procedure manual. So there will be two things, no? Quality manual and procedure manual. Quality pertains to how you render the service in terms of quality and in terms of outputs. Procedure manual pertains to the day-to-day operations of the company or in the system of and the process how you embark on dealing with clients, day-to-day operations, is already in the procedure manual. So when you say ISO 9001-2008 is more of quality management system, so it's a QMS. So yun yung aming direction on how we deal, how we deal with business. So nakaset up na yung system na yun. For example, if you are dealing with a corporate client, let's say Nestle Philippines or Del Monte or whatever, these companies considered to be multinational have their own ISO certification also. So in effect, this company wanted to talk with another company that is also ISO certified. Kasi they know that the firm have their own system in place already. So, and of course that is part of the eligibility, no? So if they will be looking for a firm, it has to be ISO certified, eligible also. So part ng mga requirements yun. So yung day-to-day operations namin, ang take-off namin is coming from our system that we have established based on the ISO requisites. No? We control the staff through this ISO system that we have. So yung aming how, let's say, a corporate design supervisor, duties and responsibilities already embedded dun sa ISO. So alam niyo yung dapat niyang gawin. Design associates as well, admin staff, alam nila yung mga dapat gawin. So meron siyang duties and responsibilities. Likewise, sa akin din, meron din akong duties and responsibilities that I need to perform.
7 po kayo na board members.
Ngayon, we have 7.
Lahat po kayo architects.
Hindi, dati kasi, sabi ko nga kanina, it can be one architect holding 75% shares. Pero ngayon, when you apply for SEC, ang kailangan is 75% are actually architects. Sabi ko nga, if you have 5 board of directors, which is the minimum, dapat 4 doon, architects.
Ilang architects po yung under niyo po ngayon? Like yung nag-work sa...
Actually, we have, I think, 7.
7.
Others are inside. Then the rest are... We are actually a total of 12 here dito sa firm namin. Well, part of the improvement could be it's either yung infrastructure sa office, tapos yung iyong physical facilities, and then yung hardwares. So ito yung regularly dapat ina-update mo. Actually, we're transferring office already, so we got a 2-story building, so that is part of the transition to elevate and improve, the facilities. Marami yan, difficult clients. Well, yung kasing in-offer natin is actually professional service. Especially if you venture into design build, the requisites for design build services. It is important that the client trust you. Kasi if you are into design and build, there should be 100% trust between the client and the architect. If the client does not trust you 100%, the design and build services will fail. Kasi kung may duda yung kliyente sa'yo, mag-fail yun. If you only venture into design, that is also part of our professional service. Kailangan, tiwala rin yung client sa'yo. So there should be, it is not faith, but it should be trust. So nagkakaroon lang ng conflict, the client becomes difficult, if you are not rendering proper services. So alam mo naman ang clients are actually demanding, But the initial thought should be, kailangan pagtitiwalaan ka ng client, especially if you're embarking on projects such as millions, If they're paying you hundreds of thousands or millions for professional fee, dapat ayusin mo yung service. Kung hindi maayos ang service, doon nagkakaroon ng conflict. But sometimes, conflict comes from the client itself, May mga times na gumagawa lang siya ng issue para hindi ka mabayaran at the end of the end. Pero may mga remedies naman doon. One of them is legal, no? Kasi when you venture into an architect and an owner agreement, dapat meron kang contract. During design or during construction phase, you have the contract, no? And one of the remedy nga is, if it is needed, you resort into legal remedies. Well, depende sa perception, but my perception towards architecture is business as well. No? So it is a professional services and it is also a business. But if you perceive architecture as a business, kailangan you observe your code of ethical conduct. Kasi business is always profit oriented. So, parang sa business side kasi, when you embark on doing construction, the minimum amount of the profit should be 30%. So, pagka nagawa mo yung project, ang naging profit mo ay 20% lang, the impression is nalugi ka pa. Pero in reality, kumita ka na ng 20% of the cost of the construction. So, let's say 10 million ang cost ng construction. On the business side, 30% of 10 million is 3 million, di ba? Tama ba? Pero kung naging 2 million yun, ang impression is parang nalugi ka pa. So that is the business side of the, kasi when you embark on doing construction as well, on the scheme of design, construct, no? In simple terms, kinokontrata mo yung project. That becomes the business side. But if we are rendering professional services, we are bounded by the SPP 202 and the methods of compensation on that. No? So, meaning architects' regular services, regular design services, bounded by the compensation of 10%. So, that is professional service. So, tatandaan natin na in terms of your ethical conduct, you define service against business. Kasi pag business, it is always profit-oriented. Pero kailangan mo rin yung business kasi meron kang operational cost. So, papasahuran mo yung kliyente, yung mga tao mo, facilities, rentals, operational costs, and everything. No? But you have to be bounded by proper code of ethics. One of them is, of course, you need to focus. No? Focus first on your studies. Another thing is for you to excel. Diba? So kung meron kang focus, pag sinabi mo focus, your attitude, your passion, and everything, nandun na sa focus mo yun. So kung nakakapag-focus ka, then you do it properly, tapos you excel. Ibig sabihin, pagbutihan mo mabuti para at the end of the day, if you graduate, there will be merits and accolades na makukuha ka. No? Ibig sabihin, pwede ka maging cum laude with honors and everything. You graduate with flying colors. So, importante na focus ka. Kasi kung out of focus ka, mawawala ka sa UST.
So, that ends the interview. Thank you so much, Architect Magkano.
Hope meron kayo natutunan.
Marami po.